Transportation as we know it has changed at lightning speed, but we barely notice as we are part of it, standing inside it, like the eye of a hurricane. It was only 66 years from the Wright brothers' first flight in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, to the launch of the Apollo mission that landed the United States astronauts on the moon. And this came only 12 years after the launch of Sputnik. As of January 1, 2021, there are over 6,500 satellites in orbit around the Earth. These provide telecommunications, entertainment, research, military applications, and global positioning data, GPS. GPS has allowed cars to navigate more efficiently than maps, help trucks move freight more efficiently, and our Navy to navigate ships and aircraft with precision. But without the vision of one woman, GPS would not have happened. This is the story of Dr. Gladys B. West.
When I grew up as a little girl, I was in a country area, rural area, and we made our living by having a farm. I told myself that I did not like being out in the sun and working from sunrise to sunset and all that. So I made good grades in all of my subjects. When you grew up as a little black girl, our school was separated from the white schools. And we had separate buses. And many times we would get the old hand-me-down things from the white school, books that weren't new like their books were. But all of that helped to make us, I think, work harder because, you were behind the 8 ball to start with, so you had to work harder. But I always was motivated by doing something new and completing something, having a goal. Because usually I had a mind of my own. I tend to think for myself, a little impatient with others who don't think the way I do. You could get a scholarship if you were the first or second in your high school graduating class. So right off, I was Johnny on the spot, doing all my work all the time. The teachers were encouraging me to major in math because they thought that I would be good. So it's time to go to college. Well, since you're doing well in all subjects, you can major in math, and we know that you'll be successful. So when I went to college, I majored in math. Graduated after 4 years. I had applied for jobs in the government. I got hired in Darwin in 1956. At the same time that we were coming to work here, they were also bringing in a large computer. And they hired these mathematicians to learn to work this computer. We hadn't had any computer teaching or knowledge. We had to master this job that they want us to do. So we had to learn how to program and code for this big computer. It was really an excitement, They promised us that they would teach us, how to communicate with this computer and all this stuff, So, knowing me, I was ready to, to work hard with it. I never would have thought that I could sit in a car and, it says, turn left, turn right. No, we didn't do all the GPS stuff that's for the car and all, we didn't actually do that. But what we did was got the accuracy of where things were located all around the world and stuff, and it's a database. My part in the global positioning system would be working more with the orbit over the water. A lot goes into the scientific computation to generate an orbit, which is a database used in GPS. So the different people who did civilian applications learned to use the database that we generated, and that was the foundation that GPS was built on.
At the DOT headquarters, the exterior is covered with individuals and entities that have transformed transportation. It's called the DOT Walk of Fame. Dr. Gladys B. West will become the first woman of color to be inducted. Her placement will occur in February 2022 in conjunction with African American History Month celebrations.
I am honored that the United States Department of Transportation has chosen to honor me by placing my image on its wall of fame at headquarters. It means a lot. At the time, I didn't realize that the work I was doing for the Navy would have such global impact on many things, including transportation and the future of transportation. I want to encourage all students to take an interest in STEM education and to dream big, because the sky is no longer the limit.
The Office of Innovation and Engagement and the Department of Transportation would like to extend our deepest thanks to Dr. West for her work on GPS. This truly innovative system has transformed the way the United States and the world navigates. We all owe her a debt of gratitude. In addition, we truly appreciate Dr. West taking the time to help us make this project a reality.